man, everyone well known him. He once was brutally abused by the police and nothing was done for them. He once famously said, "Why can't we all just get along?" That was by Rodney King. I was very inspired by this man because he stood up for his rights, his beliefs, and just as everyone else should. I'm going to talk to you guys about the problem with the authorities and the rules, them not being regulated, the cause, and why a lot of people can get away with it, or a lot of authorities can get away with it, as well as my solution. So, first off, the authorities feel that they can abuse minorities because they have no restrictions to them. This is a big problem to a lot of us because right away they eliminate all our rights that we have. They search us just because of how we look, stereotype, how we dress, what neighborhood we're in, if we drive down to Indian Wells, if we go down to Indio, anywhere we go. This is not just in California, this is nationwide, this is all in the US. So why do they feel that they have this authority? Well, they wear a badge. A badge tells them that they are the law, they're supposed to set the example, and we're supposed to respect that, and we're not supposed to argue back to them at all. I believe in this case it is wrong. Yes, there's authority, and when every police officer is sworn into oath to uphold the Constitution, which that means we have our rights, and they don't abide by those. So therefore, if they're sworn into oath and they are not upholding the Constitution, why should I not have the right to question him? I should have a right to question everybody and everything, no matter whether you're authority or not, because you still have your free will to choose whether you want to do right or wrong. So therefore, this is a lot of the cause that's going on is because the judicial system, the court system, does not crack down on the police and give them leeway when you go to court to testify. They have favoritism towards the police officers, and they assume that everybody that goes to trial and into court is a criminal, which is wrong. So therefore, we are standing against ourselves, and it's hard for us to find lawyers and attorneys, even lawyers who even say they'll do pro bono and all that other stuff. It's hard for them to get on your side because they don't like to go against the judicial system. They want to get their reputation, so they try to find other means. This causes a big problem because now you're influencing people to fight back. People fight back in their own ways. People will set up false police reports. They'll call like a fake 911 call to have police ambush. This happened in Fontana, California. I want to say it was 1997. They lived in a cul-de-sac. This was reported by Fox 11 News. They lived in a cul-de-sac off a foothill, and an old lady called and reported saying that there was 3 taggers all wearing sweatshirts tagging on the wall. So they waited for the police to show up. The police showed up, told them to turn around. When they turned around, they were all armed with AK-47s and killed them all. Now, it's not right that we're doing that, but this is by all means other people's way of interpreting of how we can fight back because we have no other ways. We can't do it legally because we're losing, because everyone is labeled as a criminal, which is not right. Everyone has a fighting chance. I believe that the solution for this problem, I believe that the federal government should crack down on the punishments for them, and they should be held at trial as any other civilian, as any other person who is being charged, as any other human being. They should have that same punishment as if I were to murder somebody, they should be held the same way. Because they, one, are not only being trained to use their firearms, and they have to make split decisions under a level-headed mind, does not give a right for an officer to kill an innocent person because he was reaching what he thought was a gun, was his cell phone, or vice versa. That he felt that his life was in danger, so he felt that he needed to take his life. They have many other ways that they can use tactical forces. They also have pepper spray, all other ways, other means besides just resorting to their gun and taking someone's life. Therefore, us as individuals, when we get pulled over, use your rights. You be that voice, question them. If they have no legitimate reason of why they're pulling you over, don't be afraid to sit there and ask, I want to speak to your supervisor. And make the supervisor of that police department come out. You're not also obligated to sign a police ticket. So if you feel that you've been charged wrong, don't sign it. When you sign it, you're putting a penalty against yourself. So when you go to court, the judge is going to be like, well, if you didn't agree with it, why did you sign the ticket? Because you signing that ticket confirms that that's right, what he's charging you for. Don't sign it. Fight for your rights. So another solution is you guys can write your mayors. If they don't want to do nothing in that city, go above them. You have your government boards who you can write your letters to. You can make notice of this. Don't be that silent voice. Write those letters, and when you get those responses, you take those responses, and if they're still not helping you, then you take that and you go get a lawyer. Now you have legal documentation of that you tried all your means, contacting your mayor, and your government officials, and for the state of California, all your board members, and that they're not doing anything. Then you're easier to get a lawyer. They'll do it for free, and you'll be able to put more punishment on these police officers. But if no one does nothing, you're gonna let all these authorities run over us, and that's not what we're meant to be. We're meant to have equal rights. People and soldiers are dying out there every single day for us to have our own freedom. And we're letting police officers who are not even in the battlefields take our rights away. So please, stand up for yourselves and be that voice. Thank you.